Judson Grill features the desserts of talented pastry chef Deborah Snyder. She joined the restaurant in the summer of 2000 after working at 11 Madison Park, Union Square Cafe, among others in New York. Her dessert this time is pear tarte tatin with maple walnut and sour cherry compote and roasted pear. The chef begins by coring peeled pear halves with a melon baller.
For the tart itself, what you'll do is hold the pear sort of against, not horizontally rather than vertically, and take thin slices all the way across.
The tarts will go into small aluminum ramekins, which were sprayed with vegetable oil and given a spoonful of caramel sauce.
Since this is a large pear, I probably don't need all this. What I do is I take a cross section of the pear and place it in my ramekin just like this. This is a little bit large. And then, so it's standing up. And then I press down on it. And that way when I unmold it, it'll have a pretty three-dimensional fan effect. What goes on top of the fan doesn't have to be as perfect as what goes on the bottom, because remember, the bottom is what you'll see. So I fill the ramekin up with pear. And then I have 2 puff pastry circles. I've already made the puff pastry, cut it, frozen it, cut it. We keep it in the freezer. Puff pastry works a lot better, bakes off a lot better when it's cold, frozen. So you want to keep these in the refrigerator while you're working. And I'm tucking in the sides slightly.
Bake at 350 for about half an hour. Each serving also includes a roasted pear half.
Okay, my pears are cut side down in the sugar. You want a thin coating of sugar on the bottom, because what you're going to do is caramelize the sugar right to the pear. Place them flat in the pan. What you're looking for is the sugar that will come out on the side of the pear to start browning. You're essentially making a caramel right onto the pear. You should leave them without moving them until they start browning, and then you can move them into the hot spot. If your pan's hot, they should go quite quickly. See, I've caramelized the sugar right onto the pan. I flip them face side up, and I put them into a roasting pan. What I want to do now is add a teeny bit of water to the pan and some sugar on top. And now I put them in the oven to roast, covered. I roast them at a 350-degree oven, and it really depends on the ripeness and the variety of pear, how long it'll take. These pears are pretty hard, so they're going to take probably 20 minutes to a half an hour.
One of the garnishes is maple syrup-coated walnuts, which will be baked in a 350-degree oven for 7 to 10 minutes, or until they take on a light color.
Now I'm going to make a sour cherry compote for the plate, and at the same time as I'm making the compote, I'm going to begin to make the sauce for the plate. This is 2 cups of dried sour cherries, which I'm throwing into a non-reactive pot. This is 1 cup of sugar with a vanilla bean scraped. This is 2 cups of orange juice. Regular orange juice is fine, or if you want to squeeze it yourself. And 2 cups of maple syrup. Two cups of plain water. and I put it on the stove. What I'm going to do is bring this mixture to a boil and pour it off into this strainer. My cherries are finished, but what I'm going to do is take the liquid that I've just drained off and reduce it further to make a sauce for the plate. For the finished plate, I spoon some cherry sauce on into the center. Place a little mound of cherries and walnuts that will hold my ice cream. Next to that, I unmold my tart. They should come out very easily. Just upside down, tap on the center, voila. I stack a roasted pear half next to it. Piece of quenelle of ice cream, maple ice cream I serve it with, right next to the tart. Lean a maple sugar cookie against it. And again, put a little bit more of the compote right in the core of the pear. It's finished. Looks like this.